Hey guys, and welcome back. Long time no see, but here we are. We got that new San Diego Comic Con 4-pack. We've got that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Samurai Armor Bros. These guys are actually pretty damn sick. We've got our first movie, our second movie, we've got our third movie. Like, I am super stoked about this. Like, this is just an awesome time we live in to have all of these like amazing like figures and stuff coming out and everything. And like the super dope thing with this set is that, it's just, besides the fact that these are VHS styled packs and everything. Oh god, we can't even grip it that good from this angle. But look at this. Oh, look at that reveal. These guys are awesome. I feel like they look a lot chunkier and a lot like fatter than like these other two do, but I think they are just awesome and everything. And they do give us three scepters. They're all in like their little samurai armor. They all have the face masks. There's a bunch of shit back there we can't even see yet and everything. Mikey just fell over there, but give this a quick spin. Check out the packaging they did for this. Real nice. I love it. It's pretty damn cool. I'm hoping that these figures are equally as impressive out of the box for me and everything, because like just having all of them is just awesome. And I even have like the Mutagen tour set like elsewhere, but we're looking at the movies right now, so let's go ahead and pull these guys out and take a good look. One thing I want to show you guys real quick is that back art, so fucking cool. Just like that scroll in the movie, and like it's just like that is awesome artwork. And like, yes, you can, like, if you want to pull it out and everything, set it up as like some kind of display. I am a little bit disappointed they didn't do like with the second VHS set and like had that like backboard like Dio piece and stuff. Like that scenery piece was real nice. Now we're gonna look at this a little awkward here and everything, but right there, full frame, we've got these turtles and everything on their sides. We've got their masks, the figures, and then the scepters on that top layer there. And then on the back side, we've actually got another thing, and this is taped in on either side here, but we've got the extra heads for the other turtles and stuff. We've got a whole array of weapons, extra hands, cloth robes. Yeah, super cool. Let me get this out real quick and we'll take a good look. Trying to get this out. Sorry for making y'all wait, but we are going to take a good look here. And we're going to move forward, get this back in frame. Should have done this off of film, but I think it's fine. So, a lot of people will be very curious about these heads in particular, because look at them. They just look so awesome. These heads are phenomenal. Like, see if we can... Nope, that's all taped down too. We'll be right back. Starting with these are the piece de resistance right there. You need yourself your scepters, your time-traveling scepters, and you've got your brand new flashy one. We even got the little print on it and everything. Really cool. Looks awesome. It really feels like a hefty piece here, and it's just awesome. Put that to the side. And we'll move on to, we've got our old one, all ancient, broken windows on it. Look at that. The fact that this is all quirked over and everything and broken. Like, it just looks awesome the way that they added that weathering. I am pretty stoked about that. You still got that writing. Super awesome. And then you've got this one here. Broken end and everything. Look at that. Real nice. These are awesome pieces. Moving on to those heads we wanted to look at, we have got the Donnie head sculpt. This is so cool. Look at that face. It looks amazing. And if we pull Donnie to the front and center here, we can take a comparison as to what he actually comes with there. Look at those faces. Real cool. The way that the headbands are. That was movie 1, Donnie. Oh. We've got movie 2 Donnie here. A little bit of an off coloring. Minor. You're not gonna notice. He looks really good. It's a great head sculpt, and honestly, I think this is one of my favorite Donnie heads that they've done. Moving on over to our Leo. Look at that face. That is a great face. Battle ready and everything. That grimace is just, I like it. I dig it. Looking at movie 1. Real nice. Pair it up with movie 2. Let's move your hand out of the way so we can see. Get rid of that smile, add a more battle-hardened pose. Mid-combat, shredder fight. That's a great snarly face. Pretty cool. Moving on, we have got Michelangelo. This is super cool. I think these heads are definitely a must. Like, I know some people are literally just getting these packs just for these heads, because they are great head sculpts. And let's be honest, it's always amazing to be able to swap around heads on your figures, get different facial expressions, fit better into whatever scene you are trying to set up. And there goes Mikey over there. Now, you may have noticed some of the bandanas for the second movie are a little bit more off-colored than the first movie and stuff, and like that is like the only major noticeable real difference. Slight shades difference in everything in the heads, but it's not gonna be extremely noticeable once the head's on there. Then the last one we got here, we've got Raphael, if he wants to come out. And that is just such a solid Raph face. It honestly reminds me a lot of like the Playmates Raph face, like the OG. Like it feels like that's heavily what was trying to be recreated with the face. And I love it. It's great. A more realistic wide tooth grin. These look real good. Set you down. Grab the second. It's like an improved version of this face. This face is like holding back a grin. This face is like a full-on snarl. I love it. Real solid. Next thing to show off on these accessories is these cutlasses, these swords, these whatever you want to call them and everything. Swords, pointy, stabby, stab, go. These are sweet. I feel like they could have done a little bit better of a job giving it some kind of like, you know, I don't know, better finish on it. Like this feels very, like, I feel like I just snapped that, like just kind of moving it around in my hands. Like I literally feel like I just snapped that. That is my biggest complaint on that, is it's going to make it kind of an awkward angle to like slide into his hand, and I feel like I will break this little shield piece off of there. I don't like that, but it does look really nice. This one I don't have the same issue with. It does feel a little bit flimsier, and you can push down on these and kind of malleable move these around and stuff, but like that's not going to inhibit you from getting like where you need a grip at on that handle to like get it in his hand right. Still looks fabulous. Really, really nice. Now, of course, we do have Mikey's nunchucks. We still got this little kind of zip tie like scenario thing going on for them and stuff. They feel exactly how the other ones have felt, you know, like you're going to end up needing these replaced after too much wear down, you know. Well, you know, barely any wear down, but still, like, they do need to find a way to make these a little bit better. It's nice that, like, you can, you know, pose them into different positions. These ones don't seem to want to, like, kind of stay in, like, a posed position the way that the other ones did, though. I feel like they went a little bit cheaper on these, a little chain links, rope links, whatever you want to call them for the nunchucks. But yeah, still pretty decent. Of course, we have the size themselves here for Wrath. Real solid, same stuff that we've seen. Really nice though, really, really nice. I do dig them, and I don't really have an issue. I mean, a little bit more like of a sheen on some of the blade parts, you know, it'd be perfect, but definitely still 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, somewhere around there. Let's call it 8.5. You know, I do enjoy the way that Neca does a lot of their weapons, and it's not often that I feel like they completely miss the mark. And so far, I'm pleasantly surprised with everything that they have here. Donnie's bow staff. Let's see if we can get a good focus in there. This one I feel like is a little bit different than some of these other bow staffs that we have gotten. I've got the second one sitting next to me here. Actually, no, that one might be exactly the same. I suppose it is. No, second one's a little bit lighter of a color. Very, very barely noticeable. But I feel like the first one had more of a wooden texture, but it's been a while since I really looked at it and inspected it. But moving on, we have got Leonardo swords. Real nice, real nice. They look good. Now my only thing is that I am a massive fan, and like I don't think this was ever how they were portrayed in the movie, but like for me, when I get a katana, I love how it has like the top black and then the bottom silver. That just like tips detail, quality, look wise over the edge for me personally, but that is a personal opinion, because I know some people that love just the flat silver and everything. Now the cool thing about it is that they do kind of have that like, see if we can focus, they do kind of have that like what do you want to call it, arch, mid split, seam, whatever, and everything, and you get it in that light just right. You can kind of see what I'm talking about here. It almost looks like you do get that black on the blade there, and then you tip it the other way and everything to make the light hit it. It does look like you're getting that like darker streak there too and everything. And like the lighting and positioning you put these guys in with these, like just, you could do so much and everything. It's so awesome. I like the way that they did do it, but for me personally, I still like having that solid black top and everything. But these are still some of the best, cheaper katanas you can get, in my opinion. I will reiterate, my opinion. Really cool, really cool. A little bit more detail on the handles, you know, never hurts, but they are perfect the way they are, so. And then, of course, we have got a ton of hands, and I don't know if I really want to go through all these hands. Jesus. We have got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 extra hands in here, and they range from things like this to more curved fingers, closer, more gripped style, and they are all gloved, so keep that in mind. You are not getting any extra or side turtle hands themselves. Like, you are getting all straight up gloved hands. We've got this one, the finger out and everything, good pointer. And there are left and right hands for almost all of these that I am seeing. Yep, we even have a alt for the pointer, and then we've got some more grips. And of course, some fists for your fisticuffing. Now, let's go ahead and move on to actually seeing these turtles. One thing to note when you're pulling those turtles out, because I didn't see them at first, is that they do have the little zip ties across their chests. So be wary of that. Each one, just that one across the chest is all they have. Now these masks they come with, super cool. Now to put them on, I'm assuming you're gonna pop off that head, put that on, and slide it on with the head, like, and it's just kind of gonna rest probably on top of the bandana peg. And on the topic of the bandana peg, well, before we get to that, there's 4 masks. You gotta look a little bit careful because some of there's like a brown one, there's like the purple one, like that one's Donnie's, you know, and then like you've got this like one that's like black with the whiskers, but then like you've got this like, this is like more of like a black brown on the whiskers, and this is more of like a straight brown. And like, so it's just, these two are different. See if we can actually see that difference on camera. There we go. They're like very, 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 very similar though. So it's just like, a little bit like frustrating because it's just, they're so similar, and like, you know, and it's not like it really matters where they go. But like, speaking of like those pegs and everything, I was wondering when I was pulling them out, I was like, how do they have these on here? Like, is this part of the head sculpt? It is not. You can take these right off. This one wants to come off. Come on. There we go. Alright, so you do have your regular head sculpts on these guys. They're, oh my god, dude, they move so well. Oh my god, that's even better than the first movie's articulation. Oh man, dude, you're gonna have some fun with these guys. Their heads can move. Oh my god. So happy about that. Where'd that helmet go? Let's look at that. That's what we wanted to talk about before we get into the articulation of these guys. These helmets, super cool. They are not very exactly malleable. They're not exactly solid. So like, you know, but like if you like try to bend that, that's going to probably crack right there. You can feel that and everything. I mean, unless you added some heat. But let's see, can we get, there we go. Okay, now it's shining some light. You can see the way that this is molded in here. It is literally molded to slide right where that peg is and everything, like on that back of that bandana. Such an amazing way to add a helmet to these guys. Now, they are a little bit interesting to try to slide on there sometimes. If you don't have it just right, it feels like it's a pain in the ass trying to get that on there. But let's go ahead and try getting these masks on. I'm going to do this off camera for a second. Before we do that, I figure why not look at these faces before we go and cover them up, because I will be displaying them with, I'm going to leave these on too and everything. Now, as I was saying about that articulation on the heads, really, really nice. But when you add in that helmet, it is going to give you minor limitations on what you can do. Like you've seen Donnie without his head was like literally going all the way, like everywhere. Like now it is a little bit, because of this, I feel like this bottom layer right here, if they made that just like a soft rubber that still matched up with like the hard plastic of the rest of this, like just that one last base piece here, it would give it enough bend and give to where you could like give him a full range, his full range of articulation, and that would be sweet. But this is harder than it should be to do that. But it's a solid piece. Can't complain about a solid piece. Yeah, super cool, super cool. And he goes falling over. That head for the Donnie. Oh, that eye looks. Let's see, can we focus? Focus. Give us a good focus. If we back up just a little bit. There we go. Looks great. The eye paint, I feel like could have used just another gloss over at quality. It's like I feel like there's just, it has like almost like a I didn't get fully filled in appearance to it on him, at least. But he looks pretty good. He's got a little bit of a droopy eye though. That's kind of disappointing. Does kind of throw it off a little bit, but you know, depending on the angle you have, you don't really notice it. Still really, really fucking sweet. I love these guys. These guys are great. Anyway, back to trying to get these masks on. We have figured it out. You don't even need to take the head off. You can literally just rest this right like this. Put that on his face the way it goes. It's a little bit awkward of a fit at first until like you get used to putting it on the way they want you to put it on him. Get that down more. And then we can slide this back on. There we go. And now we've got him with his thing on there. Really nice. Really nice. And then you can just see those eyes. Super cool. I love it. We already messed around with the head articulation and everything, so we're gonna just go ahead and move on to these arms. We do got that double jointed shoulder piece there and everything, and as you can see right here, we've got a little paint chip. I actually do keep a hair dryer next to me, a heat gun, something like that next to me while I do these reviews. So because you know, if you've watched all my reviews, we've snapped a few pieces off, especially NECA products and everything, fresh out of the box, trying to move them around. Give them like these, if you're getting these guys like this, these VHS packs, they're too pricey for you to just not try taking as best care of them as you can, you know, because like $150 for this 4-pack, you know, that's just gonna go up and everything. Like same with those bros from the second movie, the first movie pack. We all know how expensive that is. Like if anybody's looking at this, I'm sure you've looked at that. So paint was on the joints and everything. I added some heat. He moves around with ease now, and as he cools down, he's going to you know, like stiffen back out a little bit. But just getting that initial like leeway to like start moving things around. Like you can see all this articulation pretty nice. We do only have a single at the elbow, but we do have this double at the back of the knee. And so you can't get him to like, you know, come bring him up like to kick his own ass and shit like you can with a lot of the doubles and stuff because of the way that the pants are on him. But he does have those kind of joints going on for him, and he does move pretty nicely and everything. Like, there's a good look at those joints. I think that's probably the best look at those joints we've ever gotten from one of these figures. And it's just real nice. They are very solid, too. Like, they don't feel cheap. They don't feel hollow. I fucking love it. It's great. It's a quality product, for sure. Not much I can say. I am going to say I have seen people getting these. I have seen people snapping the pegs off of the wrists. I have been seeing that these feet are, like, coming separate of those joints when people pull them out and try moving them around and everything. As you can see here, I do have a little bit of a paint chipping going on, and if I did not apply heat, I am sure that that would have broken off on me. Please just take the time to heat up your figure, whichever method you prefer. Heat gun, like low heat. Don't go full blast. Don't go trying to melt your shit and everything. Just, like, be reasonable about it. Like, I didn't even give him like a minute and a half of, like, you know, just on a low heat, like low flow and everything. Just kind of went over like all like the key parts on him, and he's moving around like a champ now. Like, you know, Donnie does not want to move as easily and everything. Like, his wrists are not as loose and stuff because he hasn't gotten the heat treatment yet. But there's your articulation. All four of them have it. Just so you guys are aware as well, I forgot almost to do a height check. They do stand about 6.5, 6 3/4. And I believe the bros were about the same and everything, about 6.5, 6 3/4. Yep, they're all the same size there. Go ahead and give them a spin so we can see them all. Really, really nice. Super fun. I love it. I think this set is really great. Just a note about, if you are unfamiliar with heating up figures and everything, you don't need to blast it. Okay, you don't. Like, you know, like a good like 3-4 seconds of like, you know, like something like is usually significant, good enough and everything. And you can tell when you go to move it, if it's like, you know, like, oh god, like doesn't want to move, you might be snapping that if you force it. You know, give it another 2 to 5 seconds of like heat and everything, and it should start to move like this, real easy like that and stuff. And like, while it's moving around and you got it moving, just kind of, you know, back and forth, give it the twist, and just like get it used to moving around. And like, you should be perfectly fine, because as that like cools back down, that plastic's gonna reharden and it's gonna be a solid joint again. But TMNT 3, guys, we've got all 3 movie turtles out now. Like, super awesome. Just for fun, stick around. I bought a few horses to check out, and this one's supposedly some kind of Figma. I got it off Temu. It's like $20. Not quite in scale, but, you know, just to get an idea of what you're looking at. Because let's be honest, we're all thinking like, ooh, horse, need horse. Let's be honest. Don't lie to me. We need a horse. $20, not bad though for Temu. McFarlane has a few horses. I mean, I don't know. But thanks, guys, for sticking around. Sorry for the extra long one. Just wanted to go over absolutely everything with this. And we'll see you around, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Hey, guys. We lost a pack, fell out of the box when we were pulling things out. We forgot about the robes. They do come with 4 of these robes and everything. They are cut up and everything. They just slide right on over. They have this wire in them so that they are posable, which is really nice. I like the backside. Not too big a fan of the front of the inside, being that just basic white and everything. I feel like they could have done it full color, but not a big deal. But the material is very thin on this and cheap, so I mean, the fact that they already have it pre-cut here, like, that is super easy to tear. I just wanted to make sure we knew and were aware that these guys do have these, and I was working on trying to put these guys away when I noticed, so here is this guy with one on, just so we can see how they look on these turtles. And this is the Soto RAF. I unfortunately have already packed up the Samurai Bros.